I just want to remind everybody to work within their limits during these workouts. So we have a certain number of reps, or it might be timed. And if you don't get as many reps in as we're demonstrating, that's okay. Or if you want it to be more challenging and add more reps, that's fine too. Also, listen to your body. If you have pain somewhere, don't work through that pain. We're here to take care of our bodies, to be healthy and be active, and we don't want to injure ourselves along the way. So make sure you modify things when you need to, or skip things when you need to, okay? Pain is not a good thing, but hopefully have fun and work hard.
Hey guys, we're back to bring you all a 30-minute body weight at-home workout. All you need is yourself and a little bit of space on the floor. So we're gonna begin with some movement prep just to get the blood flow and the nervous system ready. Lauren is gonna start in a nice plank position. Our first move is climber walks with rotation. She's gonna take a big step so her foot comes to the outside of her hand. She's gonna drop her body into the floor and take a giant rotation, reaching with that upper hand to the sky, come back down, step it out, and do the same on the other side. So we're here for 30 seconds, alternating sides, taking your time. No rush with these. It is just some prep work to get you going for some higher intensity work later on. Perfect. Big exhale as she rotates, keeping a nice flat back. Beautiful. From there, she's gonna stand up, put her feet about hip width apart. We're gonna do a hinge and rotate. So hands are gonna go across the chest. Lauren's gonna put a soft bend in those knees, hinge her hips back, keeping a nice neutral spine, and then rotate out of it, pushing through the floor. So a lot of times we're really tight in our hips. They are not good at moving, which can cause issues in our low back, an issue in our ability to do exercises properly. So we're just working here on a nice hinge pattern and a little rotation, pushing through the floor, pivoting on that foot as she rotates through, coming back to center and repeating it. Notice when she's hinging, she's keeping a soft knee and really reaching her tailbone back behind her, so she gets a little stretch in her hamstrings and then gets tall as she rotates. Perfect. From there, the last movement prep drill we're gonna do is a lateral lunge with an overhead reach. So Lauren's gonna take a big step to the side. She's gonna sink her booty back, reach those arms up overhead, and then drive back up out of it. And then same thing on the other side. So a couple things we're looking for here. You wanna make sure that your ankle, knee, and hip are all in alignment when you're in the bottom of that lunge position. You don't wanna be too turned out with the foot. Big exhale, good. Let's go ahead and switch and do the same thing on the other direction. Nice lunge, reaching the bum behind you. Big exhale as you reach those arms up overhead. We're getting a little bit of thoracic extension. A nice lat stretch. Perfect. Big exhale and drive up out of it. We want to be deliberate in our movements here. We're not just going through the motions. Again, we're trying to prep our body for some higher intensity work later on. So you guys can be ready to rock and roll. Now that we're all ready to rock and roll, we're gonna go into a little bit higher intensity activity here. So Lauren's gonna start on her back. First move, it's gonna be 15 seconds each side. We're doing a dead bug. So knees are gonna come up into tabletop position. She's gonna work on keeping that rib cage down. She's gonna take her opposite hand and pancake it to the knee, creating tension. Other arm comes up to the sky. Big exhale as she reaches that arm and leg long, blowing them out, and then inhaling as they come back together. We have 15 seconds here, creating tension, pulling her belly button into her spine, and keeping a nice flat back. Perfect. We're gonna switch sides. Same thing, other hand goes on the knee, they smush together. Big exhale as she reaches long, and come back together. So we're working on anti-extension here. As she reaches, her low back is gonna wanna lift and arch off the ground. She's keeping it down. Beautiful. From there, Lauren's gonna flip right over into a push-up position. And we're gonna do a little variation of a push-up here and add in a mobility component, and that's a down dog version. So 30 seconds again, inner plank position. Beautiful. She's gonna lower down into a push-up, drive up, and then she's gonna reach her butt to the sky, getting some nice thoracic extension, rock back into her plank, and do it again. So a couple things we're looking at here. We want to make sure that her elbows are at about a 45-degree angle. We don't want them right out in a T position. Beautiful. And we want to make sure you're keeping a nice packed chin. So again, you're looking for that really attractive double chin. Beautiful. Perfect. From there, Lauren is going to come up and we're going to move into a quarter rotation squat. So she's going to start with her feet about hip width apart. Hands can go on her hips to begin. She's going to step and rotate and reach as she squats down and then come back to center. So we added in this rotational component to increase her hip mobility and add some rotational work in there. Beautiful, we're going 15 seconds one direction and then she's gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, opening up, sitting her weight back, driving through the heels to come nice and tall and back to center. Nice, let's get one more in there. Perfect. From there, we are gonna add in a little bit of a high intensity movement here and we're gonna put her back in that plank position for some plank jacks, Lauren's personal favorite. So we got 30 seconds here. Your number one goal here is to get your heart rate up. Do not try to pace yourself. You're going all out effort. We're looking for a nice, stable upper body. She's pushing through the floor. Her wrists are under her shoulders. And she's keeping her butt in line with her shoulders, all right? So she's jacking in and out. The longer she steps those feet out, the harder it's gonna be. Beautiful. After her 30 seconds, she is flipping right back over onto her back and we're gonna repeat that from the start. So we have our dead bug to begin. So again, you're back in that tabletop position, opposite hand on the knee, smush them together, big exhale. Awesome, we got 15 seconds here. So if this version is a little too challenging for you, we can modify this. So to do that, we're gonna shorten up our levers a little bit by having her keep a bend in the knee as she drops the foot down to the ground. Perfect, go ahead and switch sides. That was your 15. Flies by when you're having fun, right? Drop that knee to the ground. Perfect. Beautiful. Again, focus on the breathing. Big exhale as you drop the knee down and reach that arm overhead, pulling in your belly. Awesome, flip right back on over into that push-up. Come on, girl, let's go. Why are you moving so slow? Push-up position. You are right into those down dogs. 30 seconds, control on the way down, power on the way up. Reach the tush to the sky. So not only is she getting strength here with the upper body, she's getting some good scapular rotation. She's getting some good thoracic spine extension. And she's getting some posterior chain stretch through the hamstrings and calves. Last one, girl, you got this. All right, after those push-ups, Lauren's gonna head straight back into those quarter rotation squats. So feet are about hip width apart. She's sitting her booty back, stepping open, dropping her butt through to her heels and reaching forward. So we're going 15 seconds on one side, should be about 5 repetitions or so. And then she'll do the same thing heading back the other direction. So a couple things to remember. We want heavy heels here. Drive through the floor to stand you back up tall. The more force you put into that ground, the more power you're gonna have. Perfect, let's get one more in there. Big exhale, drive up out of it. Beautiful. Right from there, Lauren is going to move into her favorite exercise, that plank jack. A little bit of a high intensity movement here, and we're gonna put her back in that plank position for some plank jacks, Lauren's personal favorite. So we got 30 seconds here. Your number one goal here is to get your heart rate up. Do not try to pace yourself. You're going all out effort. We're looking for a nice, stable upper body. She's pushing through the floor. Her wrists are under her shoulders. And she's keeping her butt in line with her shoulders, all right? So she's jacking in and out. The longer she steps those feet out, the harder it's gonna be. Awesome, nice job. Take a quick breather. You guys have earned a little break. All right, moving on to your second circuit here. Again, we have 4 exercises. We're going 30 seconds each again. Lauren is going to start out on her side. If you guys have a mat, you might want it for this round of exercises. Here we go, 30 seconds. She's gonna come up into a side plank position and add in a clamshell here. So a couple things we're looking for. Elbow under the shoulder, that is a biggie. Secondly, we wanna make sure she's in a straight line with her glutes engaged. And she's just working on getting a little bit of glute activation. Perfect, she's gonna flip and do the same thing on the other side, setting herself up. Good, knees are bent. Perfect, pushing up through the knee. Nice, and the last thing we want to pay attention to is what her head is doing. We want to make sure it's in line with the spine. Sometimes we'll just let it hang. Your neck's gonna regret that tomorrow. So let's keep that chin packed, keep it right in line with that spine. Good, squeezing her glute as she lifts that knee up to the sky. Awesome, nice job. All right from there, she's going to flip on her back, and we're gonna do something called a Cook hip lift or a single leg bridge. So she's gonna take one knee and grab it and pull it into her chest. She's gonna put her weight in her heels, 30 seconds, you're working right into it, driving up through the ground. We're gonna pause for 1 Mississippi at the top before she comes back down. So a couple things here. If your hamstring is screaming at you, that means your butt's asleep and you need to work a little harder to try to wake it up. We're going 30 seconds on one side and then 30 seconds on the other, making sure she's trying to get full hip extension. Awesome. Good, let's flip into that other side, hug the knee into the chest, big drive through that heel. So if we're looking at Lauren here, we wanna make sure that her low back is not arching and that she's getting extension truly through her hip and not by moving through her lumbar spine. After those bridges, Lauren's gonna flip over onto her belly and we're gonna do prone reaches. Prone is just a fancy word for laying on your stomach. So she's gonna start by tucking her chin so she's in that really nice double chin position again. We want a little bit of extensor tone through here, but not a whole lot. Arms are at 90 degrees, 30 seconds. She's gonna lift them up and then she's gonna reach those arms up overhead, drive them back down, drop them back to the ground, and do it again. Perfect, so she's getting some nice low track work when she lifts up. She's getting a little lat flexibility as she reaches, and we're monitoring what her head is doing here. Perfect, we got 30 seconds here. By then, even though it's body weight, your upper back should be burning here. Awesome, perfect. From there, Lauren is gonna pop up, and again, we're gonna up the ante and throw in that little bit of a high intensity move here, and we're gonna do some reverse lunges into a hop. Again, Lauren's a huge fan of cardio, so she loves when she has to do these. So, Lauren is gonna start reverse lunging it. Opposite arm comes up, and then she's gonna add in a jump. Let me see it, girl, let me see those ups. That's it. So, Lauren started with the modified version. If you have cranky knees, a cranky back, please feel free to eliminate the jump. Just 30 seconds here. She's using those arms to help drive her to get some height. Is there any height under there? All right, I see a little bit. Good. Let's flip sides. Same thing, other leg. Nice reverse lunge. Good arm drive. Add in that hop if you're capable of it to put a little bit of cardio into your workout here. Good, nice arm swing, soft landings. You wanna think like you're landing like a ninja. Halfway, girl, you got this. That's it, she's controlling that eccentric, that lowering phase of movement, and then driving up tall, ending with an aggressive knee drive before she absorbs the landing. All right, you guys, Lauren's gonna go through that whole circuit one more time. She is starting on her side in that side plank clam, setting herself up for success here. Elbow under the shoulder. Let's switch that elbow back a little bit more there. That's it. We got 30 seconds here. Externally rotating at the hip, keeping pressure through the floor. Drive that floor away from you. Lauren should be stiff here. If I try to push her over, she's rigid. Awesome, nice job. You're about halfway there. You got this. Making sure she's monitoring what's going on at her rib cage as well as her head. Keeping it in a good position. Keeping her rib cage down. Awesome, go ahead and flip around, girl. You got 30 seconds on the other side, right into it. Gotta earn your break time. Good, her hips are pushed through, her glutes are engaged. And again, external rotation at that hip. She's getting a lot of bang for her buck here. Some shoulder work, some core work, and some glute work in there. Halfway, keep going. Don't forget about breathing, very important. And smiling. Good, you got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, nice job. You are back on your back. We're going back into that Cook hip lift or single leg bridge. Just hugging one knee into her chest. Weight through the heel, drive the floor away from you. This should be an active contraction. It's easy to just kind of go through the motion here, but really push the floor away from you, squeezing your glute, holding for that second or two at the top before you lower down under control. She does 30 seconds on one side. So hugging the knee into the chest just kind of gives her a little extra support through her core area so she doesn't fall into a bad position. Awesome, let's flip legs right into the other side. Again, weight through the heel. So you should be setting yourself up. So your heel is about under your knee, all right? If you're too far forward or too far back, you're just gonna feel a little funky in the movement, but play with that. Again, watch the hamstring. You should primarily be feeling this in your booty. Awesome, nice job. From there, you are flipping over back onto your belly. We have those prone overhead reaches. So the tricky part about bodyweight workouts at home is it's really hard. Go ahead, right into it, girl. Tuck that chin, lift those arms, and reach overhead. Beautiful. She's contracting, pulling her shoulder blades together and reaching overhead. Good, you have 30 seconds here. So like I was saying, the tricky part about at-home bodyweight workouts, it's really hard to find a pulling motion or exercises that work your back when you have no equipment. You can do a lot of push-up variations, plank variations, but this is the way you can get a little bit of posterior chain work in without any equipment. Awesome, all right, Lauren, up and at 'em, back to your favorite. We got that cardio burst. 30 seconds each leg. Reverse lunge into knee drive with that little hop, okay? Opposite arm, throw the arms back and then use them to help propel you forward. Nice soft landing, good work. When you're doing these, 30 seconds feels, it's gonna be like the longest 30 seconds of your life. There's not many things in life that feel longer than doing these. Good, switch legs, you're done. Nice soft landing. She's landing with her back knee under her back hip. We don't wanna be too long in the stance. It's hard to power out of the floor. Last one. Awesome, nice job. Take a quick breather. You guys have earned a little bit, and we'll meet you back here for your third and final circuit. All right, you are on to your last circuit of exercises here. Again, 4 exercises, 30 seconds each. Lauren is going to start in a bear crawl position. So bear crawl position is just quadruped. Here we go, 30 seconds. She's gonna lift her knees off of the ground. We're looking for good core activation. She's stiff and rigid. If I tried to kung fu kick her over, she would be rock solid. Now, if this is a piece of cake for 30 seconds, you guys can up the ante and add in some alternating lifts with the leg and the hand. As we do this, we're looking to make sure that her hips do not rotate side to side. She's gonna think like she has a cup of water on her butt and we don't wanna spill any of it. Perfect. Once you're done with your 30 seconds there, Lauren is coming up. She's going into some straight leg deadlifts. So this is a tricky motion. Go ahead, right into it, girl, while I talk. Lauren is gonna hinge and reach. As she does this, she's keeping a soft bend in that right knee, and she's reaching this leg back like she's trying to kick someone behind her, and then driving through the floor using her glute to pull her up tall. Big thing here that commonly happens is people will tend to fall into extension through their low back, or they will round and look like Quasimodo. Quasimodo is not cute. Let's switch legs, 30 seconds. Nice. So make sure you're thinking of your body in 2 pieces here. 1, from the crown of the head to your hip. It stays straight and tips. 2, from the leg down to the ground. That pretty much stays straight as well. And you're just hinging and reaching over. Get good glute activation as you drive up tall. Awesome, nice job. Lauren is going to come down onto her back and move into a core exercise and a hamstring mobility exercise, double whammy, with some straight leg lowers. Both legs are coming up to the sky, arms by her side. She's gonna pull in her belly button. Big exhale as she slowly lowers that leg down, inhales and brings it back up, and does the same on the other side. So 30 seconds here. If you need to, you can keep a little bend in your knee to shorten the lever. If you think of physics, the longer the lever, the heavier the load. So if you're falling into that extension pattern, that's a big no-no. We wanna shorten those levers up and just tap the heel down. Big exhale, think like your breath dictates your movement. Awesome, so we're going 30 seconds there. From there, she is coming up. She's got her favorite again, the cardio move. She's going into some skater hops with this, right into it, girl, 30 seconds. She's gonna drive off of her leg, land softly. So we're not just looking for distance here with the skater hops, we're also looking for a little height. So put some power and oomph into that hop. Absorb the landing nice and soft. It's only 30 seconds here. You can do anything for 30 seconds if you put your mind to it. There you go. Turn on those afterburners. Nice explosive movement. I love her arm swing there. That's gonna help power her from side to side. Now, if this hurts, you may modify this and make your hop a little smaller or just step it. Perfect, nice job. All right, we are back to the start. You got one more round for that. All right, we are back to the start. You have 30 seconds here again. Pick your poison. Work within your limits so you're safe, but challenge yourself. So you can again hold that regular bear crawl, or you can add in the alternating lifts like Lauren is doing. Visualizing that cup of water is on her bum so she doesn't have too much lateral migration of her body and keeping that nice rigid core here. Awesome, she is about halfway. Big exhale, push the ground away from you. Use the floor to create tension through the body. I think she got tired, she modified. Perfect, once you've done your 30 seconds there, you are gonna come up and choose right back into those straight leg deadlifts. So hinging pattern here, keeping the upper part of your body nice and stiff as she reaches her tailbone back behind her. I like to tell people to pretend you're trying to touch a wall behind you with your butt. Good, and then push the floor away from you to drive up. She's getting good glute activation at the top, squeezing, reaching, and hinging back. And you should feel a little stretch in the hamstring there. Good, let's switch sides, same thing. 30 seconds on the other leg. This is a tricky one, you guys. If you're having a lot of difficulty with your balance, feel free to tap the ground with the foot when you reach back and when you come tall. So Lauren, you can go ahead and show them that. When you hinge back, just put that foot on the ground. There you go. And when you come up, you can put the foot on the ground. That way it gives you a little bit of extra stability with that movement. Awesome. She is back on her back for those straight leg deadlifts. Come on, girl, you're almost there. Arms are by her side. She gives herself a nice packed double chin. Big exhale, slowly lower one leg down. Awesome, inhale and bring it back up. The whole time you're gonna monitor what that rib cage is doing. It should stay down as the leg lowers. If you're finding that that low back is arching, put that little bend in your knee. That's gonna shorten those levers, allow you to be a little more successful with this. This should be all felt within your belly, not in your low back at all. Good, big exhale, couple more here. Last one. Awesome, beautiful, you are up. We have our final 30 seconds of work here. Make it count. You have your skater hops. Let's see them. How big can you get today? Ah. Nice job. So this is more about landing softly. If you're looking a little crazy and you can't control that landing, make your range of motion smaller. That is always the number one goal here. There you go. Awesome. 30 seconds, you are almost there. We're trying to work as hard as you can. Make use of that time. You get a nice big breather after this one, because guess what? You are done. Nice job, you guys.